Hello everyone, Espurr here. Now, today we have a game on TC Tail where we're watching the Junior. Now, a few things to mention. This Junior is actually on a team, so I will be seeing how they play with and off of their teammates. The other enemy team has a Flingza, so that means that the Junior, as their main painter, needs to make sure that their teammates have enough breathing room to survive being missiled. They can move around, dodge missiles, and all that stuff. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on to it. Alright, let's see. Good opening. It's fine. Huh, missiled already. That was about 12 seconds into the game. That's about as fast as a K-shot. Ah, that's annoying. Anyways, you back up from missile, but that means that your, other two slayers are isolated. That wasn't exactly a bad move. This certainly is. You're not really supporting your team right here. You're doing nothing here. Just sharking over here. I know you're denying left. That is true. But I think you could be helping your team by just simply being on the right and just help support them. Painting for them and all that stuff. Anyways, here I think this isn't... Okay. Technically, you got some value in, but that's not how a Junior would want to approach that situation. That's how a shot, not even a shot, that a shooter without a bomb would approach the situation. But you have a bomb, especially this. Do not do this. Do not do this. There is no point to doing this. Yeah, there we go. Now you die. What you should be doing in that situation is holding back and tossing bombs at the tower. It is very effective. Because think about it. Bomb is a tool that tells you, okay, stay here and die. So if you throw it on tower, what you're saying is, if you stay on tower, you die. Also, good job approaching that fight. You fought that fight really well. Now here, you just make sure your team has some breathing room, some paint. Paint right, 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 paint right. The blaster was trying to go in. Because you weren't painting right, that meant they couldn't go in. Luckily, you guys managed to win the fight. That's fine. Bubble gets popped on tower. Your team needs to push up more. Push up, team. They can push up. Like, I think here you probably want to tell your team to push up because you realize there's no one in front of you. If you're on tower and no one's in front of you, you have two options. Actually, no, technically you have three. Stay on and accept you're gonna die. Tell your team to push up, or get off and wait for them to push up. Still, you want to tell them to push up. Anyways, this is also not the right thing to do. You want to be going back and throwing bombs. I already mentioned that. Yeah, you die. You die. Dying on defense is extremely bad. Because what it does, not only does it like make it so that you don't have specials and all that stuff, but it also gives the enemy more breathing room, more control. And Splatoon is a game about area denial, area control. Anyways, okay. I think there, okay. You might not have seen the Flingza, but your teammate would have been talking about it. So there, I think what should have happened is you should have thrown a bomb at the Flingza instead of going over to the top right. Because going to, also here, right here, instead of going to the top right, because that's just not an option, because the Flingza was there. You should have stayed here and tossed some bombs. You could have seen the flank of the Tri-Slosher coming to the left, and then called it out and told your teammates, hey, help me with this. And you could have still bombed tower from here. That's the main thing that a Junior wants to do on defense. It wants to slow the enemy down by bombing them. And when you slow the enemy down, you buy your team more time to get special. And when you do that, once you have your special, it's push time. Also, this is not time to get on tower. Use your bubble not to push objective in this moment. Objective shouldn't even be at what you're thinking about right now. It should be winning the fight. Think about this. Let's see if you do this. You probably don't. Yeah, okay, now you do. So you could pop a bubble here, and it'll help you push up more. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Or, better idea, You pop the bubble somewhere else so that your team can push in and win the fight. I've also been noticing that your team isn't really pushing it with your bubbles. So that is something you want to be talking to your team about. They need to be pushing it with your bubbles. Your bubbles are a pushing special, along with a defensive special. You can use bubbles for the push. Anyways, here I'd recommend just staying back and throwing bombs. Not doing this, I want you to stay back and throw bombs. Good. Just hold back, hold back. Now we go. Good kill. Hold back. Or do that. Yeah, you have a bubble, you can stay there. Good kill. Alright, you have 8 seconds, what do? You try to get on tower, but you know there's a blaster there. Okay, here's the thing. You know your teammates are respawning at that moment. It's more important that the blaster on the right dies. Because if you don't kill them, then they're just going to kill whoever else gets on tower. Because you still have 8 seconds, that means that's enough time for whoever's behind you to get on tower. So tell them to get on tower while you kill the blaster. That's not the most ideal thing to do. Like, let's say there was a brush that was behind you. The ideal formation would be you on tower and brush in front of you, but that's not possible. Too little time. Stuff has to happen now. You have to go there. But anyways, as for what the main thing I saw here is an over focus on objective and improper use, or not, or improper use of a bubble, I'd say, where your team wasn't really pushing with them, but at the same time, you were really using your bubbles for going on tower. You did use them sometimes to push in, and that's good. That's good. But popping your bubbles and saving them just for tower is neat, but I massively prefer if people were to use their bubbles to try to win fights instead of pushing tower. But anyways, I think the more important thing, though, would be to, I guess, just remember to, remember your... Junior's not a fighting weapon. So on the defense, really on the defense, you need to be holding back and tossing bombs at tower. That is the most important thing to do. Once you do that, you buy yourself time, you buy your team time to build up specials and make a real push. Plus then you don't feed. Anyways, with that out of the way, see you guys.